Hey everyone, welcome back. Against the Storm. We tried to get a little cute with a Stormbird last time. It didn't go super well, and that rounded out the cycle for us on a little bit of a low note. But we'll see what we can do this time. I was looking at the starting map. Here, I'll show you quick. I was looking at the starting map. We've got one sea to the north. We've got one seal to far south. But really, I just kind of want to pick up the modifier. We're low on machinery, we're low on artifacts. Let's grab a couple of it so we can keep the mastery tree going, and that'll be that. So it's just going to be a normal, straightforward Royal Woodlands game. I would love to have humans. I think we're going to have a lot of stuff to farm. The wood is going to be no problem. Grab me a little bit of stone. Grab me... We're going to have 9 people. I don't feel like I really need more villagers. So grab me just extra food, extra reeds. And I think that'll about do it. So I will tell you, the Stormbird game got a little weird. I'm not that upset about losing it. I think we'd... This is 150 hostility, not 50. Oh, it scales based on... Of course. Yeah. We're playing on Viceroy. It scales on difficulty. I played a couple practice games. The Stormbird game got a little weird. I get it. We tried to do something a little zany. It didn't quite work out for us. But at the same time, I wanted to make sure that I was playing with good fundamentals. And I think the answer is that we weren't. So I played, I think like 4, 5 games, something like that. Lost 3 in a row in pretty convincing fashion before I finally kind of figured out some basic strategy. So if anything, I think we've been getting really lucky in these games because we have not had that much difficulty with them. And so here, this is going to be a good opportunity to practice some of the things that I learned. So, basics, we want to open probably like 3 dangerous glades and maybe 1 or 2 small glades. Looking up here, these seem really easy to crack. This seems easy to crack. We might snag like you or you. You're a little far from the warehouse. But those are probably going to be the places where we start. And especially with this current modifier that we've got going, I think we're really going to need to be careful about initial hostility management. Second thing I figured out, you do not need double woodcutters camps. Hostility matters a lot. Maybe this is something that you already knew. It's something that I kind of had to learn over time. The amount of wood intake that you need in the early game is not that high. Double woodcutter is really not hard. You can make it with single woodcutter and you'll be just fine. So we're going to try doing that instead of doing anything more fancy. And then the third thing is with your initial 3 blueprint picks. This is going to matter a little less on woodlands. Grab yourself a source of refined food, grab yourself a source of refined fuel, and grab yourself a couple construction materials or items that you can use to solve glade events. So we don't really have any of that here. A carpenter is looking most appealing for the double planks, but tools, luxury goods doesn't help us solve early glade events. Cookhouse kind of does. I think you can use pigment for some of them. Ale really does, but we don't have any way to make the containers for the ale. So I think I'm probably going to do skewers here. Or, cookhouse, but 4 skewers for lizards. And then later on, if we can pick up a flour source, we can do biscuits. If we pick up a trade goods pack later, we can make pigment. And for the rest of it, I'm going to see what we get out of the glades. I didn't really see any buildings in that first pack that were like, hey, I should take a look at what's in these glades first. So I wasn't super fussed with the pick. But in general, I think the longer you can wait to make those selections, probably the better. And then lastly, your firekeeper. So, resolve. There is no functional difference. You human should not be in here. Give me one of these. Give me like one of these. There is no functional difference between, let's say for humans, there's no difference between like 25 resolve and 5 resolve. They're exactly the same number. If you aren't getting a resolve bonus out of your current species, it really doesn't matter what your resolve number is. To that extent, since lizards don't really do anything but give you like a +1 to global resolve, I think they're very bad as fire keepers. And instead, I think I kind of want to roll with a human here. I could also roll with Harpy for extra carrying capacity, but when things are close together, it doesn't particularly matter, I don't think. So we have early grain bags. We don't have any easily identifiable source of grain yet, but it is the kind of thing that takes care of your food basically forever. On the other hand, Woodcutter Song is just good. It's kind of like a flat +3 resolve, and since we started at high hostility, I do kind of like it. I don't even know if we have a source of grain yet, so it's entirely possible that if we'd taken grain bags, it wouldn't have done anything. Oh, and what's our forest mystery? +5 inches of litter production at the start. Alright, sure. Now, let's get some early crafting on the go. Give me a crude workstation. Give me a makeshift post just for the time being. I don't have immediate plans for you, but we might as well get you placed. And then as soon as this is built, I'll send the extra lizards to work. As far as our early orders go, I would love to just start trading. I think building a trading post is probably going to be a little easier than selling 12 goods, because we're going to do this anyway. We're definitely going to be completing trade routes, and I can make 4 packs of crops real easy. Complete 3 trade routes with an offer multiplier of 2 or higher, or complete 4. So this is a +1 to planks. We're probably going to be rolling with this crude workstation for some time. So the difference between going 8 wood to 2 planks and 8 wood to 3 planks is pretty good. Plus, if we pick up like a carpenter or a lumber mill later, I think we'd be even more excited to see that. So I would really love to have that, even though trade routes with multiplier 2 is kind of annoying to do. Now, as far as what else we want to do with our time, we want to get a trading post down, which means I'd probably like to expand over this way, and we might open this glade first, and then we can do these 2 dangerous glades. So I want to clear out a little bit of space. We want to keep the area between our workhouse nice and clear, our warehouse nice and clear. So give me like these. Maybe don't open this glade just yet. Kill these 2. And we'll do like 4 houses that go back this way, and then we'll do a trading post right over here. And that'll be our initial config. So this spot here, houses, and then back here, the trading post. We don't really have the spare wood yet, so we'll wait a little bit, but we can start getting decoration set up, and then as wood becomes available for housing, we can plug in some houses as well. And this is going to be our, and this is going to be our initial config to start. What other blueprints do we have now that we've taken orders and things? And kiln is nice, but probably not necessary. Herb garden would be nice, but I kind of want to know if we have fertile soil first. Weaver and Brickyard aren't super expiring. Weaver does give us the pack of trade goods, which would be kind of interesting with our pigment source. On the other hand, 2-star pottery, knowing that we have clay, is also pretty nice, and 3-star bricks is also pretty nice, and crystallized dew is really valuable to have. I'm heavily pulled towards Brickyard here, but I kind of want to know if this glade has fertile soil in it or not. Yeah, maybe we should just open it to see. Because if it doesn't have fertile soil, then I don't think I'm taking herb garden right now. We don't need a farm building that early if that's going to be the case. And as far as you're concerned, what do we need for this cookhouse? We need 8 planks. So you're going to go to 8. You're going to go to 4 brick. And then you can make 4 fabric as long as you're in there. Also, knowing that we have pottery coming up, why don't you make that brick out of stone specifically? Alright. Let's see what we've got in yonder glade. Give me a third lizard in there for the time being, just to make it go a little faster. We don't need the extra builder right now, all the roads are already done. Oh wait, aren't you gonna go in here? Yeah, I do need someone in there. You're not as important as you think you are. why don't you come in here and just start working on my refined building materials so that when we do get to the point that we want to start constructing these, they're ready to go. But we definitely don't need them right now. There is nothing that we can do with any of those buildings. Sure, clearance is fine. Just keep working, please. We have no fertile soil. We do have sea marrow, which is nice. We have a potential coal vein deposit, which is nice. But man, that's a lot of tools if we just destroy it. We're probably going to end up destroying that. This is a ton of stuff to get out of that. And no fertile soil. So we are definitely going to take Brickyard then. Make our own crystallized dew. And then for our third choice, a triple scrolls is nice, knowing that we have a way to make pigment already. We have one race that cares about education, and 2-star ale, given that we have pottery, is also like a nice consolation prize, so Scribe is looking really good. Smokehouse for jerky, lizards and harpies both like jerky, and we don't have any source of refined food yet, so we might have some resolve issues if we don't start thinking about that. But we don't have a source of meat, which is kind of a problem. And then kiln, I don't think we're going to need a coal source on this map. We're going to have plenty of wood. We can find other ways around it. And then we've got distillery. Distillery is going to give us wine, which we can't really put together. But we can make pottery. It's going to give us porridge, which we can definitely put together with vegetables and then a bunch of things that are easily farmed. And drizzle water, which we can get very easily out of our forest mystery. And barrels, which we don't really need because we have pottery coming up, but humans do like porridge. Insects and meat. If we could find, I mean, insects and meat aren't horrible to find. I don't love that it doubles up on pottery. I mean, we're basically just taking this for jerky, if we're being honest with ourselves. And it consumes fuel. I think I like porridge more. I think we can end up making so much porridge that even if it isn't giving resolve bonuses to lizards and harpies, at least we can keep them fed. And the upside of wine and barrels is also pretty nice. I like that more than this. Yeah, because you have to take a refined food source. Yeah, you're right. I don't know if that's the right choice or not, but it feels like we made it for good reasons. So, what can you do? Now, we have a bit of a wood surplus. We can start to set up some decorations. Give me a pair of barrels over here, because this is going to be where our distillery goes. Or our brickyard, I guess. They could both go here. They're both huge. Yeah, we'll just run it like that. And then you can move over here so that we can start building houses. Give me a little bit of that to set our initial housing up. And that should carry us through Storm. I don't know what we're going to do about our current resolve. It's exceptionally low. We're going to have to cut our woodcutters to get to 1, but even then we're going to be at like -8. So I don't love that, but we're going to have to find a solution to it. Hey, what else are we going to do? I am almost certain that I want that brickyard to go up first. So let's get working on that. We just need to farm up 8 planks, and then we will have a wonderful source of bricks going forward. And I want you to go all the way to 30 on that, because I don't think stone is going to be much of an issue. You can go to 30 on these. And then this will be a nice resin outlet for us. It will be a nice water outlet for us. And you can go to like 10 on those. And then as far as where our water is going to come from, we're just going to make a rain collector. Even if we don't find a geyser, a rain collector is going to do just fine for us. Now you can come out here. We can get you stuck in. I have no plans to staff you yet, but I can at least build you. And then let's continue as for when we'll be ready to open this glade, I think I'm going to go to 30 pottery, and that'll be when we're ready. And if we find a glade event that we can solve with pottery, wonderful news. And if we don't, well, we can have a trading post up. And that'll take care of it, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Now, let's figure out how we're going to get through this storm. We can go to hostility 1. I don't think that's going to be good enough, because we're going to lose -8 here, which is going to make lizards and harpies unhappy. So we can favor harpies to get them to 0, but that's going to push lizards to -9. We can sack coal, but I don't really think we have enough to sack to get through storm. We may end up losing our own harpy. We'll just have to see. We'll see if we can juggle. It's going to be a difficult resolve juggle to pull off, but we'll see if we can do it. Just wait for him to get low. Keep one of the trees run. Oh, never mind. We'll be fine. We have housing. The housing came through. Alright, that's good enough. Don't have to juggle at all. Plug my last house in. Switch it up over here. Switch it across here. Give me 3 more decor objects over here. That'll put us at 6. And then we can do like 7, 8 right here. And then these can start being aesthetics decorations to push us towards Hearth level 2. Alright, so first storm not nearly as bad as I thought. Wait for planks to come in. I know that you are working hard over here. I want to give you a little extra labor. I could have done that some time ago. Not my best worker management, I admit. I would really like to have more humans, because I think we're going to be farming a lot. Give me harpies in here. Give me 2 humans in here, just so you've got something to do. Hostility is reduced by 40 for every hearth upgraded to level 2 or higher. So it's going to be like -80, -120 or so, which is nice. Mark of the Sealed Ones, I don't really need to worry about that much. 40 meat and 40 grain. We didn't take a smokehouse. So that's not as good as it could be. It's kind of unfortunate. If I'd known I had that perk on the way, I probably would have taken a smokehouse. But I think we got to pick based on what's in front of us, which is that I think Safe Haven is going to be pretty easy to achieve, and it's going to give us some much needed hostility mitigation with a Forest Mystery that really kind of demands it by giving us that extra 150 right out of the gate. And then here, I have enough space for my trading post cleared up. So let's get that in. Actually, you know what? Deactivate that for now. Because I want to wait on building it until I'm close to opening this glade, in case I need to trade for anything. Let's also get you working on packs of provisions, so that I can begin trade routes when I am ready. You can come out of there, and you can... Basically, as soon as this trading post is up, I want to hit the ground running on every single one of our workers. Let's just do a little bit of advanced preparation for it. And then we also need constant wood input here. Yeah, because exactly that. It's almost bad enough that I might want to come and cut back here. Just so it's an even faster trip. And I think I will. Why don't you clear this space? Because eventually a workshop can go there. And then clear this space back here as well. Deliver 8 packs of provisions. You know, I'm working on that already, and I wouldn't mind the extra blueprint pick. and then use 180 rainwater in production buildings, yeah, I can do that too. Those are two very easy orders to hit. So I'm pretty pleased to see that. We might as well, since we know we're going to need one, set our initial rain collector up, but I want the brickyard to go up first. There's our first hearth upgrade. We need none more comfort decorations. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we need 4 aesthetics decorations. They can go like here and here. Because we need 2 more houses up here as well. So we're going to need that land to be cleared approximately. And then let's keep you moving as close as possible to the forest to bring in as much wood as possible. We're extremely plank hungry right now. You are at 6, so the next work order should finish it. And then we'll stick 2 more into you, and then we will be good on wood. We will achieve decent production. And more importantly, we can start working on this pottery. Because the pottery is what's limiting us from opening this glade right now. And I would really like to get into that glade and get some momentum going on things like trading and orders, and reputation, and all other good things that flow from that. This path can come out here. I do know the music is skipping every once in a while. I haven't figured out why yet. I thought I had it diagnosed last time with a hard drive failure. But hopefully that's not what it is this time. We'll see. It's possible that there's a cord that has become loose again, and hopefully all I need to do is just go and plug that back in, but we'll see if it's anything more serious than that. Where am I going to borrow a worker from? From here. You can come in here. We've set our production orders already, and that's fine. Do I really want to start firing off crystallized dew this early? Yeah, absolutely. Because that's going to contribute to Rainpunk Engineer. Or hopefully it is. Otherwise we might need to plumb you. It would be fine if we plumbed you. Start making initial progress on that. Then, activate here. So I would like to get that built as well. You might be finishing up with those nodes relatively soon, which would free you up for additional labor. And barring anything else, we're not going to have woodcutters running this season, because I don't think we can afford it from a hostility standpoint. So you will be able to just kind of work in the rain collector instead. But for the time being, I would like you to get as much wood as possible. Anyone I can pilfer from jobs? No, we're basically on skeleton crew right now, as it is. Got you busy working on packs of provisions. I do have someone I can pilfer. You can come in here. Yes, okay. And then once that's up, I can get the distillery up, because I'd really like to start on a porridge. That'll keep humans extremely happy. And it is a food doubler. This I'm going to wait a season on, though, I think. We're very close to our level 3 hostility threshold. And accepting lizards is going to push us over the edge, I worry. Well, I guess I could just cut it. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Don't worry about all that. You can advance even closer. Alright, let's see. Actually, we didn't even check our storm mysteries, did we? That doesn't matter. We have housing. That we need to be very mindful of. That kind of sucks. That, like, sort of matters, but sort of doesn't. So there's no way we can get down to hostility 1. At least I don't think. No, we don't have enough wood to sacrifice. Lizards are going to be at -7. We can get them to -4. And then we can shave a woodcutter. them to -6. Let me get a shape of it. Alright. Obviously math is wrong in there somewhere. We could sorta get there by per minute. So we gotta make it 40 seconds, then we can sack it. Is basically how the math shakes out on that one. Which is a little suspect. Let's at least keep people working. We need to burn 30 seconds off the clock. Now this is interesting. An upgraded trapper's camp isn't the most exciting thing ever. A ranch is very interesting because we get a lot of plant fiber out of trees. And these are also just a lot of products that are very difficult to obtain otherwise. And lizards like working here. On the other hand, growing berries would be nice for packs of provisions. I think this is one that's going to want to wait for us to open this first glade. If there's fertile soil in here, I think we're really excited, and we take a plantation. If there's not, I think our ranch is totally fine. It converts our trees into food. Have we made it to a minute yet? We have. You don't have enough wood to do that, though. You're not even running on coal right now. You're going to have to use sea marrow for fuel. And you're going to have to favor harpies to juggle them. I think we can make it through this without anybody leaving, but it's going to be weird. We also want to get a shelter down. God, it just feels like we're permanently behind. Oh, we ran out of wood. That's fine. It just feels like we are permanently behind on wood. There's not nearly enough to go around. You are going to lose one harpy this season. Farewell, rain collection worker. Your sacrifice will not be forgotten. You're getting off that, you're getting off that, and you're getting off that, so that we can have 3 people come and work in lumber collection. And is that it? I think that might be it. I think we might be good. I really need something to help with hostility here. No, but maybe. Because later we might see an order that has us turn in ancient tablets. +2 to leather production is okay with ranch, but we don't have anything that uses leather yet. And 2 wildfire essence for dangerous or forbidden glade events. I'd much rather have this. Because it's every glade event. Sure. Worst comes to worst, we can just sell it. So I think what needs to happen is, I think we need to get a trader in here, and I think we need to get ready to open a glade. We're just kind of treading water right now. It's not doing enough. We need to start getting some more substantial resources in. The other thing that we can start doing is we can get our distillery in. And we can start making actual food to keep humans happy. I do kind of wish that I had jerky around right about now, but like we don't have any fuel. So what do you want me to do about it? Give me 2 more humans. And given that we're struggling with wood, I mean, I know that hostility is an issue, but maybe we do need a second woodcutter. Just because we really need to get our fuel stabilized. So let's see if that contributes. And as far as what to cut down, let's extend this over a little bit. Give me 1 person working in here. Don't worry about wine right now. I want you making porridge. Go to 50 on that, and don't worry about barrels.
Yeah.
Give me 2 humans working on that, and then taking into consumption control, you are not allowed to eat raw vegetables anymore. We're saving those for forage. Is there anything else we can use for forage that we have access to? Not right now. More vegetables coming in. And then the rest of you, you're going to work in this woodcutter's camp. I don't really care what else you have going on, although that flax field is almost gone. We're going to be at 20 pottery, and I think we can make it to 30 pottery without too much difficulty. So we actually are, like, if we get lucky on this glade event, we'll actually be fine. I want you to clear this space out so I can move you here so we can open it. I would also like you to finish building that thing, but it's fine, I can wait. I understand that you want to work on the trading post first, it's fine. You can prioritize that way if you so choose. And then we need to get one more house built here so that everyone is housed for next season. Run this out here in preparation. I can't afford any of these, and I don't think I can sell the 10 amber either. I don't have enough things to sell my way to 10 amber to finish trading post, so that's fine. Thanks for stopping by. Can we get a prioritization on this, please? Thank you. Alright, fine. Frick me, I guess. At this rate, we might actually just finish gathering that thing. And then you can come here real quick. Or you guys might finish that. Now you get 50 charges in there still. You're going to be there a while. And you're going on break. Alright, well, we'll see later. Now, here's the payoff. Let's start doing trade routes. Oh, wait, that's multiplier. We gotta remember to do multipliers on the easy routes. I actually don't think we had 10 planks, so we couldn't have done it there anyway. But, reminder, we need to do 3 on the 2x multiplier. Just keep it in mind. Farlough is left. Farewell. What you got for me? 20 packs of luxury goods or sell goods for amber. I mean, obviously we're going to be doing trading routes. And obviously we're going to be doing trading routes for another +1 to planks. So that's going to take us to 8 wood into 4 planks on this thing when we're done, which is like basically a woodcutter. It's half the efficiency of a woodcutter, but for our purposes it's going to be plenty good enough. And then we've also got this extra woodcutter now. So I'm going to say that flax is not that important. I'm going to say that you can come in here and cut trees, and also that we don't need an item builder for the time being. I'll take my 1 amber, thank you. I'm also going to say that you can get moved down. And we can just keep cutting everything behind the warehouse, because that's where we want all of our production buildings to go. But first, why don't you... Oh, because I put the road there. Just get rid of that. You come out here, and I think we're gonna save that glade until next season. And then get rid of these trees. That's where our last house is going to go. So it's gonna be another rough storm. But I think after this storm, we're sitting really pretty. Also, this is not using rainwater engines, so it does not count for crafting. We're going to have to pipe it. And if we're going to pipe it, we want to pipe something that uses drizzle water. Because drizzle water is easier to produce. So let's begin work on Rainpunk Engineer. We don't want to use all of our drizzle water because we need it for making porridge, but we can use a pretty good chunk of it to advance Rainpunk Engineer to a point that we're happy with. And then with 4 employed woodcutters, we can get to hostility 2 in Storm. which lizards might be okay with. I'm not positive, but I think they might be all right at that threshold. We'll see. Also, we could build for aesthetics decorations at this point, I think. I could do like 1, 2. No. Where would you want to put these? And that'll work fine. 2, 3. We need to cut these trees to keep it symmetrical. And just because we need it right now doesn't mean that we need to sacrifice our principles. We'll make it look nice. If you could just get the rest of those trees out of the way, though. You know what? That house needs to go up. We're up to 67 wood. We can afford to burn a little bit in Storm if we need to. And we can also afford to keep 2 woodcutters running in Storm if we need to. Which is also nice. So you can go... Okay, 1 woodcutter in Storm if we need to. You can go and you can move over here. And this needs to be like priority 9. And then again, we just kind of buckle up. But if we can get this thing to level 2, I think that fixes all of our hostility issues. Also, you guys are done. That's beautiful. That's 2 more workers we get back. And we're almost good enough to just jump harpies. Yeah, small fortress camp is empty. That's beautiful news. I would like you to come in here and make the response deposits go away. I would like you to come in here and make that deposit go away. I would also like you... you're done with pottery. You're on to bricks now. You can come in here and get me a little bit of extra water. And then you are... I'm not willing to spend... Well, maybe I should be willing to spend. Because we get insects from trees. No, we don't get insects from trees. That's the thing. Yeah, I think we need to play it a little careful. Favorite harpies. Run a single road up here. We're gonna run single road up here. We're gonna wait for that clay deposit to go away because that's where I want the road to go. But we can at least plug in some decorations. Because what's gonna go here is probably the blight post. We just don't need to build it quite yet. So these trees are gonna come down. They're gonna make extra bushes probably. Maybe an extra trade route. I can't afford to double that. I'm just gonna have to ship a single one. Unfavor harpies. Give me a cornerstone. Double safe haven. I mean, look, it's insane hostility management. And I don't think we're going to be doing any Forbidden Glade events. So yeah, give me 2 stacks of safe haven because we're about to set up our first neighborhood. And then return all of my woodcutters. I don't need a spare builder right now because these guys are about to be done as soon as they haul that all back. What I do need to happen in short order is I need to open that glade. So we're gonna have bush here, and then bush here as soon as that tree goes down. Completed. Sure. Moving us ever closer to trading post. Oh, I could also be doing 4 packs of crops right now. Do I have anything I put in packs of crops? I'm not willing to do it right now. Also, you're idle. Also, you're idle. So why don't you guys come in here and open this glade up for me. Please be pottery. Please be anything that I can do with pottery. I would love to take 2 amber right now. Just get me closer to finishing trading post. God, if there's something that gives amber in there, I'm going to be so happy. You push. No. Okay, well. No, we don't have coats. We need 2 more parts. Man, that's a tall order. We don't get anything out of that that helps us. We don't get anything out of that that helps us. I don't think we even want to repair that necessarily. We do get fertile soil. Zorg does bring tools. There's no way that we can afford 12 tools, though. Our best hope would be getting 2 parts, but that spends all of our parts on this event. And 4 minutes 32. So it'd be 9 minutes when he gets here, and it's a 5-minute event. Well, a 4-minute event, because we would have it manned. I think I have time to wait on that. It might make the next storm a little spicy, but I think I have time to wait. In the meantime, I gotta find stuff that makes me amber. Because no matter what, I'm gonna need to pay. Oh, I can get tools from here. I'm gonna have to waste Sea Marrow to do it. But I think I need to do that. Getting 5 tools is a big deal. And then we can come in here, we can take plantation. So, because we have fertile soil here, this is going to be a glade that we set up a warehouse in at a bare minimum. Are you committed to tearing down this furnace? No. I am going to rebuild you. So the plantation goes here. We're going to have a road that comes down like this. Runs across like this. We have room for... I guess the road would go like that. And then we would put a warehouse here. And the neat thing about this warehouse is it's going to double up when we run this merchant shipwreck as a place for us to drop things off. Also, that's a small flax field. Which means you could harvest this thing if you wanted to. I'm not going to man it yet, but it's good to know that it's there. And then this is upgraded. So we are now getting minus 80 hostility. Which is scary, because you can't even tell the difference. It's still real high. So, what else would be good? A large herbalist camp would be nice. That would be a positive find for us. I don't really have any plans to break that open, I don't think. I could rebuild one. And I guess why wouldn't we? It's right there. I know that consumes my idle builder, but... well, I shouldn't let it consume my idle builder. Why don't you take some people out of here? And then you're gonna need to get back to work on fabric. You don't have any means of generating packs of provisions for the time being, although you might find a couple insects in that flax field. I mean, you really just like, none of you need to be here. So you can go as well. We're gonna miss out on this for clearance. But we can at least get it plowed for next result. And now, I like my chances of being able to buy 7 tools off of Zorg a lot better. It does kind of suck that we don't have anything that makes tools, because we have full tool production right now. We could make as many tools as we want, we just don't have a way of doing it. We also don't need this furnace at all. We also don't need that staffed at all. But I can get humans working in here. And I can... No, you're full. You're full. Everyone's full. How are you guys doing in here? Did you run out of stuff to make forage out of? We did. Our economy is still in a pretty rough spot here. I feel like I need a second dangerous blade already. Which I guess like we could manage. We're still sitting on that pottery. Which is definitely an item that you can use to solve the right kind of blade event. So let's start cutting towards the next blade. We're not committing to anything. We're not going to open it. We're just making preparations. That's all. And then this warehouse is up, so anytime we're ready, we can begin preparations for searching the lower deck. And I guess if Zorg shows up and doesn't have tools, we could do something truly insane, like we could destroy our woodcutter's camp to put us at 9 parts, and then never build another gathering building, or just like do insane micromanagement on our gathering buildings. It sucks. Like, it's a horrible idea, but it's possible. So we can't discount it. At a minimum, it's a backup plan. This means we have to deal with 330 hostility in the storm. But what's the worst thing that's going to happen? A harpy's going to leave? Oh no. Don't do that. He didn't bring tools, so I think it's time for you to talk the talk. Well, hold on. What do we get for finishing trading post? We get 6 tools. So we can do this. I can sell you an ancient tablet to get amber, and then I can... God, herbs are expensive. God, veggies are expensive. All of this is expensive. I can buy one of these just to make the numbers work. And then we can finish trading post to get enough tools. Just kidding. To get enough parts to run this event. And it should not be humans, because you would really like humans to be working at your farm during storm. Alright, so this winter is going to be, this storm is going to be god-awful. We're probably going to lose another harpy. But that's kind of the breaks at this point. We're very excited about a Druid's Hut, because oil is the fuel source that we have been looking for. What are we taking over it? A clothier, that's fine. A lumber mill, that's totally fine. And a tavern, we might miss that tavern, but I need to take a building that produces fuel efficiently. And it is going to be a Druid's Hut. So this, you're going to do it like priority 2. The rest of this, you're not even going to turn on. And you are going to take all of your plant fiber and turn it into 50 oil. And then we're going to have harpies work there, and they're never going to stop. So after this, it took us way longer than we wanted to find a good fuel source. That's ominous. Let's see, what can I do for you? I don't think anything. I think you're gonna leave. And I think we're gonna have to say that we're okay with that, and we'll get more in the migrant wave next season. Let's get these humans out here working early. I don't think you even need to grow plant fiber. I think we should just focus on berries for now. Because we're going to get as much plant fiber as we need from these flax fields, basically. And then when that runs out, we can think about it later. But my biggest concern right now is food, and then my second biggest concern is packs of provisions. And I think we need to take care of that first and foremost. Now, we are unable to support woodcutters this season. It takes us down to 5. You have 2 minutes on that. We could sack sea marrow, stop burning sea marrow, burn wood, to make that finish in 146. We might have to live with that. It's pretty bad. I think this is okay. Also, you can get wood. Why don't you come out here and do that? There's not a lot of sea marrow left in there either. Okay, that was fast. Goodbye forever. At least no more of you can leave. I think we're going to lose one lizard. But then this is going to be done. We're going to get more amber than we could ever possibly need. Just kidding. And then after that, like, I think we're kind of golden. We get another blueprint pick out of that. We have a stable farming economy. We're making decent progress on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orders. We have a lot of banked resolve right now. And in this Druid's Hut, when it finishes, we also have like an incidental source of codes. Farewell, Lizard Builder. That's fine. What are you short on? You're short on planks. Are you almost done with planks? You have planks in the hopper. Alright, give me a cornerstone. +1 to production yield is looking really appealing right now because of how many packs of provisions we're going to need. So why don't you pick me up export specialization. Here's our big herbalist camp that we wanted, which is going to let us pick those mushrooms. I think we're also fine with that, even though I don't think we have the parts to build it. We don't, but we could destroy something else, like as soon as the sea marrow deposit goes away, which happens in one node. That's fine. You guys are carrying amber back. That's fine. I think we made it. I think we have stabilized. So this is going to get destroyed. And by that I mean I am going to choose to destroy it. I also really need newcomers to show up. If you could get some newcomers in here, I'd appreciate it. Thank you. I want 2 harpies, and the rest does not really matter. Because I want harpies to work this Druid's Hut. Because they're going to get a nice specialization bonus for it. I would like one more person to collect rainwater as well. Drizzle water is very important to us. You can go. You're excused. You can come work in here. And all of you, I think, can also come work in here. You're done. We destroy you. Yes. Then we build you. And with mushrooms, I think we're ready to start thinking about making skewers with that cookhouse. So let's get the cookhouse up. Tank is full of reservoir. Maybe don't need it. We'll just keep the wood flowing in. Wood is fine. Packs of crops. Can you use mushrooms for that? You can. I'd like you to start making those. I'd like you to go to 4. Druid Hut is ready. I would like 1 harpy to work there. And then as soon as that oil comes in, I'm switching us off of lumber. The second harpy is going to work here, because these are going to be a nice food source for us. And I really wish I had 1 more harpy on top of that, but I don't. Them's the breaks. We also have 3 homeless people. I think the most logical place for a house is going to be back there. You've cleared out the space for a cookhouse, so you don't really need to exist there anymore. Why don't you come over here? It's going to be a while before we have enough planks for this, but it's fine. And then skewers. Yep. Use anything you can find for that. Use anything you can find for that, and just make like 50 of them. Biscuits pigment, don't worry about right now. I love that you can use berries for that though. We grow berries around here. We're gonna love that. Food looks tight, it's not gonna be tight. They're about to grow a million berries and then we're gonna feel okay. That said, I don't think we're gonna have time to open this blade this season. Probably gonna have to wait until next season on that one. Can you put berries in porridge? No, but you can't put mushrooms in porridge. And you're working away on oil. That's good stuff. Can we get a hearth out here? Yes, actually. We just have to wait for those flax fields to go away. Because I would really like to have a second ancient hearth. Or a second neighborhood upgraded hearth. So why don't you give me a house here? Give me a house here. And then I think we're close to thinking about upgrading some of them. It's only because they're starving, don't worry. As soon as they find food, they'll get over it real quick. We got the berry shipment coming in. You guys are done over there. Why don't you come over here, cut down the rest of those trees. And you guys can come back over here, cut down the rest of those trees. And then next season we'll deal with that. Meanwhile, we can plug this path in. Everyone is housed. We're gonna have to juggle harpies quick because they still haven't found any food. And then we should be able to turn you off and turn you on because we should have suitable oil in reserve. What does it do for us? I mean, not really anything because wood caught up in a big way, but I guess what it means is like we don't have to have that many woodcutters running anymore, and we can kind of mitigate some of our hostility. Like we could even recoup some of our parts that are invested into that woodcutter, and we can just run at a lower hostility level. Which is always nice. Are you being done with that last node? You're at 5 of 23. That gets us 2 humans back. We're getting close to the point where we have enough tools to crack a cache open. We should be mindful of maybe trading for that. And then we are also getting close to the point that we could start trading again. Can I drop to 2 here? I can drop to 2 here. How about that? Have 12 humans, fulfill need for clothing, keep Blizzard Resolve above 24, and have 5 packs for provisions. We'll almost certainly do that. Discover 2 forbidden glades? No. But get both of those? Yeah. Absolutely yes. I don't have great prospects for packs of building materials right now. I guess copper ore does some of it. That gets us 3. But we don't have stone income right now for bricks, so we need to be well, do a 45 play. Six bricks then. I would be much more comfortable if I could find like a stone quarry to make that one work. I shouldn't. You should have it just be planks, but you need to crank your plank efficiency first. Which means completing 3 trade routes with 2 or higher. And doing this one. Alright, we need to make trade routes open. What are we missing that would allow us to do them? Leather, eggs. Yeah, that's not gonna happen until we dig ourselves out of food jam. this to all the ends. You're going to use Glade. I think we're going to lose another Harpy this season, but it's fine. Harvester's Camp is done. Harvester's Camp is done. Alright, what are we going to do with 2 extra humans? Keeping up on plank seems like a good idea. You also have 6 idle lizards. What are you doing with your workforce, man? Get them doing anything. That's not productive. Have you, like, forgotten to build buildings or something? No, you just really need this cookhouse to go up, is basically what it is. Yeah, alright. Well, get these planks out. Get those planks out the door and we'll be fine. If we lose the harpy that makes oil, I'm going to have to shut down those mushrooms. Which harpy left? There we go, the herbal stuff. That's fine. That's totally fine. We will not lose the second one. Okay. Cornerstone me? I would really just like extra resolve at this time. Farleth is here. Show me something good. +1 to crystallized dew production would be pretty good. I'm not gonna say really good, but it would be pretty good. Question is, do I need this amber for anything else? I'm gonna say maybe. Hold on. I think that tool might pay for itself. Okay, I need 4 tools. It's going to cost me 924. I need 1 more amber. I need to find a way to make this trade work. I need to throw in an extra $49. You could do it with crystallized dew, because you're just gonna make more crystallized dew as a result of this trade. Yeah, I like that rationale. So we do this trade, we buy this, and then we have enough tools to open this, which is going to get us an extra 20 amber, which we can buy more stuff with. Not by the time Farleth leaves, but I think I'm more than happy to get +1 crystallized dew production out of a recipe that's only producing 2. And taking it from 2 to 3 is a pretty substantial increase. And then here, with all these idle lizards, we can send them to work somewhere warm and they'll love it. Low on food? Don't care. They're going to be making skewers in here? Maybe. Actually, they're just going to hoard 13 berries. You have any food? He has none edibles. Alright, take care. I think what I can do is I can kick the berries and eggs out of here because we're caught up on packs of provisions. That'll give people a little bit to eat. And then let's open this blade. Get in there. I need to take the newcomer wave that comes with food. I wish it came with more harpies. I would love to pick this. Oh, that's 7 people. Oh. I don't think I can take that. I think we need to do that. And then I think you need to get out of here and you need to work these mushrooms to keep food coming in. And then I need to grab like 1 person to work here ineffectively. Something like that. And then, what else are you spending your planks on right now? I don't think you're spending your planks on anything right now. And you have a good surplus of wood. Let's start working towards this. How you doing on packs of crops? Not well. What do we get out of that, though? 10 amber, 20 grain. It's not great. Let's just make a little bit of porridge. That's about it. Who cares? Newcomers are waiting. They're going to be waiting for a while. I can't afford to feed them. Anyone else just like hoarding berries right now? And you guys are, but you're using them to make skewers, so I'm gonna let you do it. Now, please show me something that can be solved with pottery. Maybe. Definitely not. But maybe, if we can put together the fastest building materials of your life, it's possible. Don't even worry about that other stuff right now. I need you to focus entirely on making building materials. At least it's fast. Also, there's a stormwater geyser in there. Anything good from smashing these? I mean, we can't smash anything right now. Got Trapper's Camp, Herbalist Camp. We definitely made a good call with the Herbalist Camp. There's tons of stuff that you can gather. I just wish I had more harpies to put into it. Do I have enough parts to make a second Herbalist Camp? I do. You could also make quite a few lizard houses. I could. That would keep them very happy. But you still haven't found a source of stone. No, you need to be really careful here. You don't know where the rest of your bricks are going to come from. You have no source of clay, and you have no source of stone. And that's concerning. And also, you still haven't found a glade event that's solved with pottery. Don't remind me. Alright, so you're going to do 3, 6, 9, 12. You might be able to get 15 out of that. Let's do the same thing that we usually do. Get a warehouse out there. You have found some way to make porridge. I don't know where you found it, but oh, you got mushrooms. Does that mean you're hoarding food in here? Nope, just water. Take these out of here. I just need any way to feed my harpy right now. My singular harpy. Please just go eat. No, you're gonna pick mushrooms instead. You know what? If you're just gonna pick mushrooms instead of feeding yourself, that's kind of an on your own head be it kind of situation. I'm not even gonna replace you. I'm too disappointed. I wish you would have chosen better. Now, lizards. Let's get that coming in. That will take care of it. We've got berries coming in. Like, if you just waited a tiny bit longer, just a teeny tiny bit longer, you would have been totally okay. But no, instead, this is the fate that you've consigned yourself to. Just in case there's a trade route for it. And then again, just in case there's a trade route for it. I know the planks aren't exactly coming in fast, but oh my god, why are you making pipes? Don't ever make pipes. Hopefully I caught that early. And then again, there's nothing we can do to make pigment. It's alright. Would not mind cracking this open, but we have no means to. Oh, we're done. We're ready. We're good to fire that off. That's beautiful. Good thing I checked. As soon as this warehouse gets built, done. Alright, you guys need to come in here, solve this. That's gonna give us another blueprint pick. I have no idea what I even want to see out of a blueprint right now. Lizards are loving life some. Oh, because we made skewers. There, please. Oil is climbing. I think that means we could probably think about setting up a second small hearth for the hostility reduction. So you can go cut that tree. Frick that tree in particular. And then if I can just get you to like... It's not gonna happen. You also used up all of your bricks. Like, your bricks are gone. So, you either need to find somebody who trades bricks and stone, or you need to hope that you don't need to build anything with bricks in the future. Like, just cross your fingers on that one. But I think that maybe food has recovered enough. Maybe. Show me anything that saves my life here. None of these immediately do it, but just think carefully. Bathhouse is not what you're looking for. Crown Chronicles might be. Does it take bricks? Yes. They all take bricks. Well... Tempo's not really gonna do it either. We're too resource. Well, we could just sack. No, because it's seconds. Hey, Clothier's really. I don't think we care about a Clothier. But maybe we do. No, we can make clothes with other villains. You could reroll. So if you reroll, what are you looking for? If you reroll, I think you're looking for a building that makes tools. So would you rather have an explorer's lodge that you can't build because you have no bricks, or a building that makes tools? I'd rather a building that makes tools. Which is none of these. You could make flour. It's so labor intensive though. I don't think you have a... Well, you could make trade goods. You could make trade goods, and you could make really good fabric, and you could try and scrape together like some training gear, which you have a metal pathway for that would allow you to open a couple choice boxes. Oil is also a trade good. I think we need to take a weaver. I think it actually does a lot for us. And then we'll get ready to stick it over there. Yeah, I think that actually does a ton for us. Are we going to be able to live long enough for it to matter? Who knows? But I think we make it through this storm just fine. In fact, we could even afford to have an extra woodcutter if I knew where to find one. Do we have double people working with wood here? Because that's unnecessary. No. I think that's probably unnecessary at this point. Oh my god, we also have a trade route. Yeah, that contributes to booming economy. I hate that it doesn't contribute to profitable trade, but you live and you learn. And do you really need to be here? Yeah, I guess so. Do you really need to be here? No. You do not really need to be there. Come and work in here because we have the extra overhead for a second woodcutter. Come and take down that tree specifically. And then with the last two humans, burn through all this wood. And then start making coats. We can afford it. We can afford the coats. Would love to know where a second patch of fertile soil is. Would also really still love to take that migration wave. Maybe we do that next result. Because food is kind of starting to recover. Maybe we also start thinking about opening this glade. Because I've still got this pottery burning a hole in my pocket. just know that it's going to be good for something. Fabric. Yeah, it's fine. Training gear, it's fine. Trade goods, it's fine. You're going to go to 20. You're going to use crystallized dew and planks to go to 20. I think. I don't think I need a ton of you. Yeah, 20 is good enough for the big caches. And then packs of trade goods. Oil is basically free. With how much plant fiber we have the potential to get out of farms. But like, I need those to go up fast. In fact, I'm gonna poach your planks. We're nowhere close to vegetable, so I'm not that stressed about it. I just want that to go up immediately, and I guess that also means... First of all, stop making fabric. You don't need to do that anymore. You only need to worry about these. Trade goods are worth 25% more. We're about to set up trade goods. So that seems like a natural choice. Why don't you come over here, hack your way out of this forest. I think I would happily take that migration wave now. Have both of you come work in here. Anything else I can have some lizards do? Is it time to start running the furnace yet? Could be. They do like it on that. Why don't you just go to 10 on that? And then I guess, like, if you manage to find any flour, sure. Mostly you're just there because you like it. It's going to be nice and warm, and you're going to have a nice time. Speaking of, we should also probably set up a blight post. Which means we're going to need to retire you to get the parts back that we need for it. And this is just so that our corruption doesn't get too out of control, because we do have the rain engine running in here. Please show me something I can do. Yes! We can do something easily. Decreases hostility by 50. Increases hostility by 300. It's the perfect time to do this. Send it. Harpies are upset. Whatever, man. I'll favor him. You can get a free bathhouse. There's a stone deposit in here. There's a second fertile soil in here. I immediately know what that needs to be. There's a large flax field. I have to recover some of my parts. So where am I going to get those back from? That warehouse can't go. I might have to destroy my second... I already destroyed my second bunker. You can go. You are unnecessary. Because I would like one of you instead. That'll be fine. Favor harpies now so you don't forget. You guys are working on mushrooms. You guys are planting. I know it says low food, but it's not really low food. It's just that our production buildings have acquired a lot of food. They'll come back. Lizard and harpy resolvers, though. How can such a thing be true? How did we go to hostility 7? It's unknown. If I take one harpy out of here, and I put you in here, you will feel just fine with life. Now, lizards might not. However, if I were to build... Oh, I can't because I have no brick. Hello. I need stone, man. Plus 2 to porridge isn't amazing. Planting crops isn't amazing. Building storage capacity isn't amazing. But I'm not gonna not spend amber, so give me the extra food production. And then can I get you guys to work in here because you have like a very, very slim chance of finding clay so that I can make brick. The smallest chance. Oh wait, no, I do have access. Okay. Then something else has to go. It's going to be this trapper's camp when you're done with that slick shell. And then we're going to set up a building there. This small warehouse could probably also go, if we're being honest. I can finally do a multiplier trade route. Okay. We're doing okay. We are somehow at hostility 7 again. Oh, because we ran out of wood. Yes, because we ran out of wood. Which means we're going to run out of planks. Steal some of that. But what we're not going to run out of is fuel. So at least we don't have to worry about the hearth. And our plant fiber production is very strong. You can go back down to 5. You found a coat. We love that for you. A single coat and your whole outlook on life has changed. You can't make skewers, but you're happy just being here. You could make pigment? No, you can't make pigment. There's nothing you can do to make pigment. I just need you guys to harvest as many of those berries as you can. I swear we're gonna turn a corner any second now. I don't need 2 people in here if we have no wood. We need amber. What do we get out of salvaging you? 25 pigment, 30 wine. I can't rebuild you now anyway. You're too powerful? We'll just wait 50 seconds. And then we get a nice hostility decrease. I think we're going to be able to make it through this storm without any micromanagement at all. I do need to build one more house, but instead of building one more house, I would much rather get bricks and establish. Also, you can go now. Is that a full refund? One part? Yeah, it is a full refund. Alright. Yeah, you're gone. I'm tempted to... in fact, I should put one out here because there's going to be a farm out here. You're going to go there. You have to go here to have perfect coverage. So you're going to go like that. And then let's say that the small warehouse is going to go like that. And just have a road that runs down like this and around like that. To get you back to the, back to the ancient hearth. Now, get as many logs as you can before Storm gets here. And then we're going to have to drop you to hostility 3 by getting rid of one of your woodcutters. Put you at 8. Put one lizard here because they're going to like it. I want you to go to like 4 purging fire. I need to house -9. We're not even as close to okay as I want. We have no wood to sack. We have no anything to sack, really. We're gonna lose another harpy this season. But we can trade. We should not trade skewers. It doesn't finish any of your goals. You should not do that. Yeah, I can't afford to trade for right now. Are any of these worth opening instead of shipping to the Citadel? That one looks really appealing to open because of the amount of food that's in it. I think that one's going to keep us alive for a long time. Of course, you have no plank, no brick. No brick hiding in any of these. Or do I just sincerely have 0 brick? I think you just have 0 brick. Wait a minute, I think I can save this RP. No, it only puts you to -6. So I could favor you to -1. If you had been able to make coats faster, then there might have been hope for you. Who makes coats? These guys? You ran out of fabric. If only you'd been able to make fabric faster, there could have been hope for you. I guess maybe you should prioritize that. Because it's not like you really need these other 2 things. Huge. Like, incredibly important. I want to take 4 harpies so bad. I think I have to. Because they come with 20 herbs, and that's also going to be food. They are going to hate it here, man. Anyway, you should get to work. You should get to work, because we need an insane amount of planks. You can go in here just because you'll be happy, and then I need people cutting lumber like nobody's business. So this should be like top priority ever, so that we can get brick production turned on again. After that should be small warehouse. If I can just live a little longer, we're so close to turning the corner. We're so close. Because if I have 2 plantations running, and one of them doing nothing but berries, that's our food problems solved. Like, solved. It's over. And then once food problems are solved, then I can start to worry about other stuff, like brick, so that I can get this second hearth up. Second hearth would do so much work for us. I mean, I could even start planning this thing, right? Like, this road's gonna go here. I truly, sincerely hate the fact that it's double stacked. But it's fine. It's fine. So you're gonna go here. We can go 1, 2, 4, 5. You're Harmony, you don't even matter yet. Run a path down here. Run a path this way. 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That tree is going to need to go. In fact, a lot of these trees are going to need to go. I want you to cut all of this out to make space for decoration. I have big plans for out here, and you need to get staffed. Alright, who is doubled up and doesn't need to be? You do need to be. You do need to be. You guys I don't think need to be. I think there only need to be like 2 people there. And then I need 1 more employee. No, I only need 2. That's fine. Good. Good enough. I need you to make a pack of crops. because then I can finish delivery. I don't remember what it gets me. It gets me 4 more people. This is going to be a much bigger city than I wanted it to be. But it's fine. It'll be productive. It'll be a productive, happy place full of workers who are gainfully employed. I need 2 more humans. You don't. Drizzle's almost over. It don't matter. We have a trade route clearance. It's passive crops. So we can do a multiplier. We can't do a multiplier. We're just gonna have to wait. He is making some. He is producing them. Alright, this is going to be your first output boosted plantation harvest. You guys are doing fine on those mushrooms. We're up to 74 food. A good portion of it is refined. Harpies don't have anything that they like eating, but they do have coats. So at least they've got that to enjoy. We have clay coming in again, which means we can make bricks. We could have made bricks the whole time. A little upset at myself. Little miffed, a little annoyed. I don't think it would have changed a lot, but it's still relatively imprecise play. Let's finish delivery, because I want that grain, and now I can do this trade route. Although I really want to know if you're going to finish 2 more of those. He is going to finish 2 more of those. I want to double that trade route up so that I can finish raising steaks, because that gets us our first plank upgrade. And our first plank upgrade is going to make these building materials much easier to make. That's enormous. We can't say no to that. What else am I willing to take here? Packs of trade goods are very expensive. I think we sell all of those no matter what, just because of how much money they're worth. I think you get rid of a tablet. Get to 22. A crystallized dew is about to be free. I think we do this trade. And that gets us booming economy. Which gets us tools. Which lets us open a cache. Not yet. But then I think we spend all of our amber on tools. $25.4. I can go to 26. And then can you give me like a brick? That lets us open a cache. No, it's 1 off. You piece of shit. Get back here. I'm not done with you yet. Okay. Math. Never really my strong suit. Alright, you get in there. We have a blueprint pick. Provision are pretty interesting at this point. Is it? No, not really. I think we're over flour. I don't think we're doing flour anymore. We have our opportunity to take a scribe. Scribe still looks really good. Because we make pigment. We sort of make ale. And then we have this random shitty tools outlet, but we grow berries, which means that it's actually very easy to put together. And harpies don't mind working there. So I think that's fine. I would really like you to finish this before the end of clearance. He will. I'm telling you, we're turning the corner. We are about to recover this game from the brink of defeat. You need to deliver that immediately when you get back from your break. Can I build a hearth yet? 5 bricks. Get on bricks, priority 1. Should we even be making crystallized dew anymore? No, we just grow it out of berries, man. Like, forget it. Yeah, it's crazy. We just, all we do is grow berries. We got the exact synergy that we wanted. Did you drop this off here? Yes, you have to open it so we can do this. That puts us to raising the stakes 2. We hope for a good storm trade route. You have 6 breaks in storage. Delivered. We're gonna lose a harpy over the storm. It's fine. Actually, why? Oh, because we got like 100 migration waves, so that's fine. I was gonna say, why are there so many people here all of a sudden? But it's because every order we turned in came with like 5 people. You need to get in more. Oh my god, it's actually not even that bad. Holy cow. Okay, never mind. Storm kicked in. Forget it. God, for a second there, I was like, wow, we're actually not going to lose anyone? That doesn't seem right. And then it was not. There's no storm removal. Yeah, we can't do any of this. Alright, just buckle in. Buckle up. Settle in. We're ready to ride it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Make it look ugly. I do not care. I just want it functional. Give me a lizard in here. You guys are fine. Oh, it's a human specialty. Okay. Well, in that case, you're gonna do like this. And that. You're gonna go 40 of those. Ale. If you can find it. Go to 30. And then tools. I want these to be like your last priority, so do scrolls and ale first, but go to 25 of them so you can open caches. You are going to lose 2 harpies this season, probably. Unless you can get people housed in Harpy. Harvester's camp is done. Incorrect. You also need 2 humans here. Where are all your humans? They're in a woodcutter's camp. Harpy nowhere left? Who cares? It's fine. We are burning 1 oil every 10 seconds, which is not stellar. But there's not really a good alternative either. Also, can we afford this yet? We can't. We can't do that. This is worth 8. Send it. I will happily do a trade route worth 8. We have a blueprint pick. Packs of luxury goods. We can make those with training gear. This makes an artisan very valuable. Do harpies like being there? They do. Alright. Let's set up an artisan over here as soon as we have the planks. I cannot take a migrant. Wait, well, I could take this one. It's only 7 people. Spices and biscuit diet don't do anything for us, so I think we just take metallurgic proficiency. We take a multiplier trade route. That finishes raising the stakes. And even farmer leaf, that's bad. I need to find another human. Alright, maybe we do take a migrant wave. You need more humans in here. A harpy's also going to leave. Just prepare for it. It won't tick up fast enough. It did not tick up fast enough. The harpy is left. The harpy builder's left. Doesn't matter. Let's keep you guys moving on lumber. time to set up species housing yet, maybe? It could be. Oh, you don't have enough bricks. You're gonna have to wait a little bit on that one. I think it's time to start making pigment. I do. I think you can go to 50 pigment pretty safely. Your berries income is looking very up. Now we are focused entirely on resolve. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 reputation banked from these orders. We just have to finish them. And then the 6th will have a cache somewhere. We have this one. We just get to 24 tools off of the artisan making incidental stuff. I need you to come work here. You're going to make coats until you have 50, which also means we're going to turn off this 1-star efficiency coat recipe. You are going to make incense to 30, basically just in case there's a Glade event. Barrels at 2 stars. That's fine, you don't have to do barrels. And then packs of luxury goods. You're going to use training weapons for that, and you're going to go to 15. We will need to be at 14 people living around this thing. So you're going to need 2 more houses. You can also relocate that. Send those out there. We just need wood for those things to upgrade right now, more than anything else. And then that's going to cut our hostility by another 80. It's going to put us back down to 4. Which is also going to help keep people happier. We really don't have very attractive blade options right now. I guess this one's the easiest to reach, but we'd have to go through the small to get to it. Which, I don't know, maybe I am willing to do. Not right now, but I'll at least move you closer to the warehouse so you can cut trees that are nearby. There's first upgrade. Second upgrade is just going to be finish these houses. Don't need that. Trade route done. Finish. That's raising the stakes. Finished. 28 leather. We can make this worth 8 or more. Like that. We need to find a way to get Lizard resolved to 24. Can you brawl in a bathhouse? No. Fair enough. We also need 180 rainwater in engines. We have a ton of clearance water right now. We also could get a decent amount of storm water out of this geyser. So what's a building that we're going to be using a lot of? Almost certainly you. So I will connect you. I'll crank you a little bit. I can also just put a second human here to work. Savages. They're slowly coming in. Slowly but surely. I gotta figure out how to get Wizard Resolve up higher. Also, this house will have everyone housed. It goes without saying, we will never accept another migrant wave for this entire game. God, it would be nice if we could find a way to make flour, though. But alas. Planks are your issue because wood is your issue because we're spending it all on houses. That should no longer be the case after that house gets built, at least. That will also upgrade that hearth. It'll kick us back down to hostility 4. Oh, it did already. Alright, we're still at hostility 5 then. Okay. We can make this worth 8. That'll finish profitable trade, I believe, because that one's also worth 8. So in 3 minutes, profitable trade will be done. That gets us a ton of coats and another extra board production, which is desperately needed right now to make our wood go further. And how are you doing on packs of building materials? You could really be making those out of fabric, I think, at this point. So why don't you get a 15 on those? And then we'll start to think about finishing builder's tools. The path to victory is in front of us. The biggest hurdle right now is getting Lizard resolved to 24. I don't immediately know how to make that happen. Both of these are amazing. And then you could just sell an enormous amount of trade goods for money. What would you do with it? What would you buy? You could buy coats. Coats are actually really cheap, and they would help keep your harpies happy. You could also buy flour. Flour would let you make pies that keeps everyone happy. How much can you get? Whole lot! You can get so much. What else in here is good? Coats? Holy cow, trade goods are busted. Should you buy stuff that, like, lets you make... No, you can't. They don't have anything that you can make into oil. How expensive are you? 0.37. Like, just in case there's a Glade event that uses it. I'm happy with that trade. Dude, trading rocks. Where are my trade goods coming from? Is that you doing this? It is. Man, we're still ahead on oil. This Druid's Hut was an insane pickup. It's been so good. Our plant fiber isn't even dropping. Lizard's at 16. I don't think I can push them higher than that. What I can do is I can turn biscuits on, though, because we have flour now. We're also about to tick a ton of resolve. Still at 7 tools. That's fine. We're not stressing tools. We're not stressing tools at all. There's also all the extra refined food that we've kind of injected into the ecosystem. Yeah, you don't have any extra refined food. All the extra refined food that we've injected into this ecosystem is also going to help our food go even further. A harpy house is so ridiculously easy to make because people will be eating refined meals. So I have 6 harpies. I need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. Get on this, please. I know harpies aren't lizards, but harpies have a ridiculously easy resolve threshold to hit, and they could just be a win con for us. All we have to do is keep them happy through storm. We can manage hostility for this storm. I don't think that's going to be good enough to let harpies stay. That's 3 extra people, but it's also skewers. No, I'm gonna wait until next year to do that one. It's gonna push us down an impatience level, and it's gonna push up our hostility. I would really... I was down at 29. What's going on in here? Ah, you're making it. You'll be fine. Alright, let's dump our hostility. Back down to 4. Prepare for harpies to leave. They're gonna be big now. It's not as close as I thought. I don't know where that extra hostility came from. We must have hit a resolve threshold, or a reputation threshold, I should say. Anyway, throwing these in. I don't need to trade anymore, but I might as well. Because now anything else we need, we just buy from traders. So these are going to put us 3 away. Builder's Tools, which we can absolutely finish, is going to put us 2 away. This cache is going to put us 1 away. All we need is for one species to take resolve 1 time. Newcomers? Absolutely not. Are you out of your mind? No shot. No shot whatsoever. Oh, this downgraded. That's what happened. Because all the harpies moved into this house. Okay, so what we need to do here... I can't afford to move it. Never mind, we don't have enough room. That's why it downgraded though. It's because harpies moved into these houses. So they moved away from that harp, which downgraded it from neighborhood, which gained us 80 hostility. But actually, it looks like harpies are going to make it through this storm just fine. Bars are staying also empty. Give me my workforce back. You can come to work in here. You can come to work in here. You can come... You don't have any of those. Need more humans. 3 roots, 3 clay, mushroom production increase. None of these particularly matter. In fact, I don't think any of them really matter at all. Deliver me, deliver me. Gleeman's Tales is just flat +3, right? It is. I'm kind of interested in that. But then Green Brew's minus hostility. I think I'd rather have the +3 resolve. I've got a nice place for that to go right over here, where it is going to do nothing but get in the way of valuable workshop real estate. But that's fine. Packs of building materials. Yeah, I think all we need to round this out is to finish up packs of building materials. Open a glade just to keep your economy rolling a little bit. Yeah, might as well. Like, you've got so many options. You could favor humans. That's kind of interesting. I don't think I want to welcome new people. I love that there's clay in here, though. That gives us a use for ye olde stonecutter camp. We do have a lot of idle villagers right now, and then we can also hack our way into these 2 dangerous glades. Maybe finally find a reason to spend that pottery that we've had since the first day of the game. I see the fertile soil as well, but look at our berries. We're fine. We're straight chilling. We're probably not even gated on. Yeah, we have 27 metal in the hopper. So whatever building was in charge of making tools, which I think was the scribe. Yeah, you're actually planks are your issue right now. Which means could do a little bit of that. You can get lizards to 21 right now. That's not quite 24. But you can finish builder's tools for sure. And the faster you generate lumber, that's going to push you up a hostility threat. Wait for these guys to tick and then bump your hostility up by 1. Can't afford to move 5. Oh, it's our oil. Our oil brought back up. It's like, how can I not afford to move 5 when I have 100 fuel? Okay, good. I was worried that was going to be a crash for a moment. This is going to finish builder's tools, and then we can turn off packs of building materials. Good. And now we're just waiting for resolve to tick, which we can do by bumping ourselves down to hostility 5. And letting harpies tick over here. Give me maximum money, please. Or I guess building tools. How are you guys doing on planks here? Slow, because you have no wood. I get it. You guys aren't coming with tools, are you? No, nothing in the start. It's okay, just be patient. You have this game in the bank. All you gotta do is wait. And then we'll crater our hostility at the end of it. But still can't move that house. I guess everything is going into planks right now. Oh, we only have one wood cutter, that's fine. I need you guys to get to 1 so that I can take you off of that. Yes, please lower my hostility, increase my pigment. And I think I would like to just buy your tools and then leave, if that's okay with you. Is that enough? Sure is. Come send that to the Citadel, please. Well, there you go. I told you we were going to turn a corner, and lo and behold, we did. Wow, you guys are fast on that. Holy cow. That's a nice complete game of Against the Storm. Very fundamentals-oriented game. And yeah, you're going to be done before Storm even hits. That's great. I'm pleased. It was really helpful over the weekend to just kind of sit down and play a couple games and try a couple zany strategies. I thought about recording them, but really it was more like I'm intentionally going to play wrong to try and find like the limits of how some of these mechanics work. And I think that the process of kind of like narrating what I was thinking and what I was doing probably would have disrupted that process. However, I would say that it worked fairly well. That also gets us our Ancient Battleground modifier so that we don't have to worry about achievement hunting in the future. So let's hop back to the world map, grab our deeds, see what we've unlocked, and figure out where next episode's settlement is going to be. Oh yeah, we can do this too. Take 4 reserve and bark points, sure. Drizzlebrook is done. We found nothing. Wow, okay. Well, I guess it's just going to be another Royal Woodlands game next time then. That's good. Just keep practicing fundamentals. Give me my lamp. I love my lamp. Give me XP. Give me a marble fountain. And then take me to upgrades. I'm just going to buy everything in order. Embarkation points, sure. Take planks if we wanted to, sure. We got a long way up the tree to climb still. But there you go. I'll leave you on game history so that you can take a look at what we've been up to in the past. You can make sure that I'm not cheating, not lying about my progress or anything other untoward. And I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Take care, and I'll see you around for that one.